All right, we're speaking with Caroline Thompson, who is a candidate for School District 73, a trustee candidate in Area 4. Can you describe where Area 4 is?
Sure, so it's a vast one. So it's Rivers and Peaks, as it's called, Area L and P. So it extends from McClure to the northernmost area, Sun Peaks, Chase, all the way up to Turtle Valley. But the main communities are Pinnetan, Pritchard, River Shore, Sun Rivers.
Okay. Are there any social justice causes you're involved in or at least interested in?
I think anything that promotes inclusivity and I think an understanding of cultural heritage and background.
What do you feel is the school board's role in addressing the big differences in socioeconomic status between kids living in the most affluent neighborhoods and those living in the poorest neighborhoods?
Well, I think the public school system should be very neutral in that. So essentially, the way that the public schools and the district itself can assist in that matter is to just ensure that the same resources are available to the children all across the board, that there's no disparities, and working towards a more comprehensive, agenda when it comes to the curriculum and all the resources available.
What do you think needs to change in our school district?
Well, I am a proponent of a fresh voice. So the way that I see it is, just new ideas, but really taking understanding the older ideas. We have wonderful candidates that are retiring, and so just maintaining the momentum, but putting in a fresh voice, one that understands. So I have young children myself in the school district at the moment, so.
There are many school-aged children living below the poverty line in Kamloops and outlying areas and across Canada. What role, if any, do you feel a school trustee should play in advocating for economic justice for these kids?
Well, that's a great question. And, I have to say that was actually my start as a child, coming from parents of, immigrant parents that really had nothing to their name. And we had gone through the public school system, and they tried to promote any type of exposure to whatever resources were available to us at the time because of their language barrier and being in a new country. And so it was truly through the schools that we were able to connect with the resources, and then that led to the connection to the community as well.
Some folks see public education as a form of advanced babysitting. Others see it as a way to produce obedient workers for the labor pool. And others see it as a way to ensure kids become good citizens of their community. But what do you feel is the role of public education in our society?
Well, those are three very, very distinct perceptions. I would say that, touching on all three, maintaining a good balance between, just understanding the needs of the different children in the district, but really creating that neutral playground, so to speak, for lack of a better term, so that all children could really flourish.
The school support staff and teachers have had wage increases over most of the last 20 years that have not kept up with inflation. These workers are also in the middle of negotiating collective agreements, a big part of which will be wages. Do you support providing better than inflation wage increases so that we can recruit the most talented staff from across the country? Or are you satisfied with subpar wage increases, which will prolong the current difficulties in acquiring an adequate number of staff?
Well, the question has some very heavy words in there. And so what I would say is, ensuring that the staff in the school boards, the teachers, the administrators, the principals, everyone are well compensated is a very important thing. Coming from an environment where I was in a unionized environment, obviously, unions play a big part. But understanding that, that wages are not always necessarily an indicator of quality. And so just being mindful of the fact that absolutely, with the advancements and changes in our economic climate, wages do need to maintain and to keep up, but they are definitely not the sole way in which we can advance quality education.